Hey everybody, it's Chugga Conroy. Welcome back to more EarthBound. Last time, we explored the secret place behind Saturn Valley, the Milky Well, and killed the oldest living organism on all of Earth, not letting any scientists any time to study it, the trillion-age sprout. Reminds me of that time when they found a 500-year-old oyster and in the process of trying to study it for the first time, they killed it. Ouch. This time, we're heading back to Saturn Valley, and we are gonna bask in the oodles of free experience that are gonna get Jeff and Paula fully caught up to the levels they should rightfully be at. Come here, you little wren boob, let me squeeze the life out of you. If you actually have to fight the enemies, do so without a care in the world. Magic butterflies consistently spawn in this location, and remember, you're on a relaxing, happy getaway to Saturn Valley. A magical land where full PP heals are free and offered in 3 separate locations. Nest grew to level 32. That rocks. Max PP up by 9. Paula grows to level 26. Not closing the gap, but at least it's staying the same. Something I enjoy doing in any visit to the Milky Well, or any visit anywhere really, is getting mushroomized. The reason why it's so great for the Milky Well in particular, however, is if you go into the hot spring, which is what you're supposed to do to cure the status ailment. Sprite limitations, yay! That's a really fun oversight that I actually prefer it the way that it is. If they ever remake EarthBound, they need to have the mushrooms floating in the air above their heads. Anyway, it looks like Mr. Saturn's mushroomized right now. I want that. It's an art form. It further accentuates the goofiness of mushroomization by having it right up there in the sky. We've done everything that we needed to do around Saturn Valley. Appreciate! I so happy! Zoom! All home! Zoom! Drink coffee before I go? Say yes to me? Say no to me? Say no to you. Why you say no? I'm sorry, buddy. I already had coffee just the other day. If I have it too much, it'll stunt my growth, and I'm already a stubby legs. I'm trying to get away from that image. It doesn't fit with my cool map-holding image that I used to have with the ladies. I have no something. So, boing. Oh, you're just saying this again. You're just telling us the price of things in the store. You wait 3 minutes, Zoom? You come here to wait 3 minutes? No? No scared. We've healed this place. The fact that we have healed a place like Saturn Valley, we have accomplished a lot. I think new things, difficult things from now. Impressed. Someday, sometime, we help you. Deliciousness. You, good name. We no name. Boing. All have same name. Oh, wheeze. Breathe is so good. It's a lot better than the alternative of suffocating, man. I'm really happy that suffocation doesn't really seem to be in anymore, and there's a shift in the paradigm. I want to rest in the hotel. My yearn for slumber. Fix the broken spray can to make the defense spray once again. But that's not enough. I want for more slumber. Working through the night, Jeff fixed the broken laser. After being fixed, the broken laser became the laser gun. I tried resting in the hotel a few times to force this before we fought the trillion-inch sprout, but it just didn't seem to want to go. Give me 75 offense. By comparison, he now has higher total offense than Paula, and he's pretty well catching up to Ness. He's getting there. Bum ba bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum ba-dum bum. Now buy something, will ya? We have inventory space to free up, and free it up we shall. The hard hat can go away. I can pawn it off on somebody else, and it's like I never had to spend money on. Okay, I'm getting a little bit too into the fact that I'm not having to spend money by being meticulous and looking for secrets, but come on, it's just so satisfying, and I love just basking in the achievement. Magnum American, dear, boing, no can buy that. Is there anything Zoom else need? I don't know why this is, but a lot of NPCs, or any NPC, will not buy certain items that Jeff has repaired. It's not like that for all of his weapons. We were able to sell his other weapons, no problem. For some reason, some of his weapons have to be escargot expressed if you want to hang on to them, and I don't get it. Maybe the idea is that they're illegal weapons and that he can't sell them off to somebody without a license, but if that's the case, then I don't get why the arms dealer doesn't buy them off of you, because he won't pay for them either. That's what I thought it was for a long time, but no. It's a little quirk, and I'm sure it's a very true-to-life thing that EarthBound is trying to be very realistic on. It's just something that I've never appreciated much. Oh, he's walking right through you. I think that'll be it. And as sad as it might be to leave Saturn Valley, as happy of a place as it might be, as much as you just like going around talking to everyone, even more so than usual, we got bigger and better things to move on to. And I'm very pleased that I could even say that to you, because I've been very excited for what we're doing here today. We're having a bug fight. Look at this. I've been saving the stag beetle. I'm gonna let the two of them duke it out, and I'm not gonna interfere. Eye for an eye. You solidify my nest, I solidify your roach. That sounded a lot better in my head. He's able to move. Yeah, it just makes the body solidify. It's a $2 item. Basically, it's the slime generator, but you can target the enemy that you want with it, but the trade-off is that it's a one-time use thing. There's something I've been curious about back in Belch's base. Something I don't think I've ever noticed before. Somewhere. Somewhere. Yes, there's a problem here. When I press L... when I'm pressing A to open the menu or pressing L to check, I can't. You can't enter through the waterfall anymore. You have to go through Saturn Valley. Well, I guess I left the town for nothing now, didn't I? Jeff embracing his inner Weird Al and grown to level 27. Safety first, don't get injured, burp. That's what I came all this way for. I noticed in editing that that looked like a sign. I had to know what it said. That's a little disappointing, mildly so. This door does still drop you off outside the waterfall, even though you can't go back through the door. All right. That answers my curiosity, so now, on to Threed. Belch's base and the way to Threed are free of enemies. That means... thank you for bringing peace and happiness back to Threed. Thanks. Peace. Love. I won't forget you. Won't you come back to Threed sometime? I really didn't think those kids could have saved the town. Who'd have ever imagined it? Since the leader of the monsters is gone, the ghosts in the tunnel have disappeared. The buses can get through the tunnel now. Take in this music. This music heals me. Let me give you a kiss. Yeah, I'm blushing. Kind of glad I got to speak for that one and react to it. This song And also just how much the town has changed. How we can see it in daylight now. How everything is different. This is the second moment, I think. With the first being the enemies being scared of you on the way back from Giant Step. Where it feels like what you're doing really matters. And how this world changes as you get stronger means so much more than just having bigger numbers and shoving enemies with bigger numbers. This is one of the, it's just so peaceful, so nice, and I like listening to it. Seeing the town so different, seeing how much you change the lives of all these people is a reward enough. But so is the photo, man. No, I was gonna say that, are you going for some kind of artsy thing or something like that by taking our picture through the fence? I know that people like having objects in the distant foreground to make things look really different, but, buddy, I'm sorry, I don't really think pictures that you're smiling for on a vacation are a really, you know, art house kind of thing. I'm just saying, I know people make very viable careers out of it, and it is a very necessary thing to have in the vacation industry, but I don't know, I think you're getting a little carried away there. I was saying that this peaceful, beautiful song makes it feel so much more important than it would. I'm so glad that it got its own theme and they didn't just reuse the Tucson music or something, even though you're not here for that long and there's not a whole lot for you to do here other than talk to the people. It's a lovely touch. There is a well-known theory that if you're bitten by zombies, bite back and you can recover. Of course, there's no scientific evidence to support this theory. I'm willing to bet because there was no scientific evidence to support that there were even zombies in the first place until very recently. Ness checked the drawers. There was a insignificant item in the drawer. So insignificant, they didn't bother to proofread the grammar on it. What is the insignificant item? Insignificant item. It doesn't look like it would do much of anything, but, you know, one thing I should mention, when you really think about it, excuse me for 1 second. By using the insignificant present, you had a very fruitful experience that cannot be understood by someone who does not use something insignificant. As we saw, you can ride the bus to Fourside. It can finally now complete its run from Tucson to Threed to Fourside. We could go on to the big city. Finally, the bus can make its full run. To Tucson, it's gonna cost you $6 for the lot of you. Do you wanna go? Look, kid, I hear it every day that every kid says, "Mister, I'm gonna grow up and be someone who saves the world." But you know what? I've heard it all, kid. You gotta pay up. Humoring them kids is no way to stay in business. He just skidded on the grass, didn't he? Beep, 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 beep. The bus backing into place is a lovely touch. Bye. Have a safe trip to Fourside there, bus man. Why did I come back to Tucson? This is the first time since we first got to Threed that we've been not cut off from the rest of the world, and it's changed quite a bit since we last saw it. First, at the Chaos Theater, we will be closed for a short period. Thank you for your many years of support. Mr. Poochie Fudd, manager, Chaos Theater. Something tells me that short time isn't going to be so short at all, and they're only saying that to appease the hardcore fans of the theater, and then only saying that it's closed down after everyone's already moved on a year later. Bull with everybody. That's different. We were not able to check the Chaos Theater since going to Threed. And not only that, but we got the insignificant item in a hospital. And unfortunately, unless you talk to a specific person, thank you! You've made me so happy! After my life, this is the second most important thing to me! What a sad existence you have. Because you're so kind, I want to give you this magic truffle. It's a souvenir from Scaraba! Ness got the magic truffle. You would only know to do this if you talk to this man early game. I often forget to do it, and I did. I'm sorry. I guess I just never learn, even 10 years later. That man, it's very obscure. I don't blame you for not knowing what the insignificant item is for, but the magic truffle should be gotten. A dreamlike delicacy that is said to grow at the base of trees in wet, muddy places. It restores about 80 pp. Probably the best guaranteed heal that we have at all. Well, unless you're like me and you can get maximum happiness out of the lucky sandwiches, but not everyone can have my luck. Okay, no, talking like that is a great way to have a fall right afterwards, so we ain't gonna stay on that topic. Instead, how about I actually earn my keep by showing you uncommon EarthBound knowledge? Going to Berglund Park, you can see that Everdread is nowhere to be found. Could he be up to no good? Could he be turning over a new leaf? That's for you to decide. Since I've erased that wonder from your mind, are you wondering perhaps what happened to Happy Happy Village after it started recovering after we saved it? Or did you not care about any of those people? Too bad, I love people and I want to see them do well. There is no bus service or any sort of fast travel that will take you to Happy Happy Village. You have to walk through Peaceful Rest Valley. Thankfully, the guy is kind enough to restore the bridge to make it a little simpler. And once we've made it here, the Happy Happy religious group has broken up. This building is temporarily closed. Carpenter is now helping out on meager living farms. Hey Ness, it's been a long time. Since we last met, the whole town has woken up. The best happiness comes from being free. You kids made me realize that. We're just on a roll, healing town after town after town after town. But you know what? We've healed enough towns for a little while. Now it's time for us to be thanked for our exploits in a form other than just the great music that we've already been thanked with. It's now time for a town to heal us. Hi, you! This house was blocked off on our first visit, and you can only enter it after you have entered Saturn Valley for the first time. It's a very unorthodox house that's taller than it is wide, which, I guess to be fair, that's kind of how all people are, so ergonomic design? I don't like to imagine how, with no arms, he's able to go up there and climb those windows. Then again, I guess he could be a girl. Mr. Saturn is just all of their names. It is not like that they are all male or female. There are male and female Mr. Saturns. It's a Mr. Mime kind of situation. You understand. This is generally the point where people who don't like fighting Mondo Mole or using paralysis to get an easy win will go and fight him. It's pretty much a guaranteed level up for Jeff. Since we already did it, we don't need to go here for that. Oh! We're actually strong enough to kill Territorial Oaks with a first attack. This is what I was talking about earlier if you want to do a 1 in 128 item hunt. It is best to leave these areas, come back to them later when you can insta-kill the enemies because the Territorial Oak will no longer go boom when it's defeated in this particular state. It's a great way to disarm that annoying pesky ability that's going to weaken you as you hunt for your items. As always, if you have to fight them, mash through the text boxes and you will avoid taking the full brunt of the damage. That's all the newness around Threed, all around Tucson, and all around Happy Happy Village. We still have a net to go, and there's quite a lot of things that I still want to do going around the world, so I think we're gonna end things off here. Next time on EarthBound, we're going to be going to Onett, and then heading back to Threed and seeing lots more rare sights. See you guys then.